All right, welcome to the webinar today. Thank you so much for being here. We have a great group of people here, probably from all over the world. If right in the questions box, I want to hear where you're calling in from. So in that questions box, I want you guys to get active on there because that's where we'll be answering your questions for all of our Pronunciation Pro students that are on this webinar. So if you kind of let me know where you're calling in from or where you're signing in from. A lot of people from different parts of the United States that are living here in the U.S., but from a variety of different countries all over the world. That's what makes this such a fun group of people, is the variety and what we get to I get to see all over the place. Okay, good. I know that sometimes the time doesn't work out as well if you are all over the world to attend these webinars live, but thank you for all the sacrifices you guys make to come to these webinars. So that'll be great. All right, so you probably have already received my email this week. I think yesterday, yesterday we sent it out, but sent out a little email just kind of announcing that we're doing some celebrations here at Pronunciation Pro. So let me actually go ahead and go into that. So if you haven't heard already, or you haven't opened your emails from me, we're doing a giveaway right now. We're doing a giveaway for you to enter to win a free basic yearly membership. So I know all of you who are attending this webinar already have an active membership. So, but this can be gifted to a friend or a family member or something like that if you're wanting to enter the giveaway, or just kind of share it so that other people can enter to win as well. Okay, so the reason for celebrating, you can kind of tell from the picture, is that we are expecting our 4th baby boy next month. So that's an exciting thing for us going on right now. And then the second thing is that that my husband is actually going to be working with me full-time to help me continue to develop Pronunciation Pro and just to help us get it out to more people and give me more time to devote to creating more content and creating more. What we're really working on is just kind of creating more of a community within Pronunciation Pro, so we can all be helping each other out during this process. Because I mean, language is a social thing. It's something that when you're involved and motivated by other students and by the trainers, and we can all just kind of get more involved in the process, the more successful you're going to be at the program. So we have lots of ideas, and my husband has been an incredible support to me through the 6 years that we've been creating and growing Pronunciation Pro, and it's at an exciting point now where we have lots of students that are really active and engaged in the program, and we want to just get that to be even better so that we have just more available to you and more support and more help along the way. So really excited about this next step, and we kind of wanted to take just a minute, and celebrate. And thank you thank all of you and our students, past and present, for being such a great inspiration to us, because it really is those encouraging words that we get from all of you, saying, yes, we love this, yes, it's making a big difference, yes, we're really learning and growing and working hard at this, and seeing the results that feed this, this desire for us to keep working and keep providing you with what you need to keep growing. So very exciting time for us, and we're really excited for what's to come as well. Okay. just as an introduction to some of you who are new to the Pronunciation Pro course, welcome. My name is Annie Rudin, and I am a speech-language pathologist. And so you'll probably see a lot of people, different people, kind of teaching English pronunciation and fluency online and offline and all over the place. That just by the nature of them speaking English, they have started teaching people how to do pronunciation and fluency. So my background is a little different. I have a master's in communication sciences and disorders, and essentially what makes my training and my experience unique is that I come about it in a very research-based, step-by-step method, research-based method in the way that we train and we teach pronunciation and fluency. So a lot of articulation and phonological understanding that goes into this, and you'll see that a lot through the course, is how much we go a level deeper than just, oh, you just repeat after me. It's, here's the mouth placement, here's the reason, here's how to really get that sound in place. And that's what I like about these webinars, is it gives me a chance to be able to hear what you're doing and help shape what, like if you're having a hard time with the R's. I know last webinar was really interesting, and if you haven't looked at that webinar recording yet, that initial R, or getting the ending R's on words, is what we worked on a lot last week. And it was just interesting to kind of work on that and develop different strategies that helped our students really be able to get a strong R on their words. So that was really great. But anyway, this is my husband and I, and we're working together now with Pronunciation Pro and making it even better here. Okay, for you. All right. Okay, so I'm actually going to, before I totally jump into these linking questions, because they weren't necessarily people who would come to the webinar, maybe you're here, maybe you're not, but I'm going to just look real quick through the questions and make sure that we address those. So Osvaldo, thank you for your congratulations with the baby and everything we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to jump over to just my blank worksheet here so that I can go over some questions that I'm getting. So Victor, I'm seeing your question first. Let me go ahead and widen this. So Victor's asking about a couple of different words. Why do people pronounce cut as cat? Okay, so I'm going to cut and cat. So Victor, I'm actually going to unmute you. Hi, Victor.
How are you, Annie?
Good. Glad to have you back. Okay, cut and cat. Okay, so where are you living right now? Are you
in Canada?
In Canada. Okay. So part of this, as far as what you're hearing, there's two possibilities. One, that you're hearing cat instead of cut, and maybe it's a listening, kind of not hearing the sound exactly correctly. The other part is that there might be a regional accent there.
Is it?
Because that's possible too. Different parts, especially the U.S. and parts of Canada, sometimes there is a regional accent that changes the vowels a little bit, so that it might be I cat the bread, or cat the bread. And there might be a little bit more of a sound to it that they're saying than the which can get confusing. But let me go ahead and do this. I'm gonna say one of these words. So the top one will be the first word. The bottom one will be the second word. I'm gonna say a word, one of these words, and I want you to tell me which one I'm saying. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of a listening exercise to see if it might be that you're hearing one instead of the other. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, ready? Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Cat. Cat.
You're talking about the second one.
Okay. How about this one? Cat, cat, cat.
Sounds like the second one too.
Okay. Cut, cut,
Yeah, the
cut.
first one, cut. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you say them for me.
The first one I would say is cut.
Okay. And
I
what's the
cut
second
the
one?
tree. I have a cat. That's how I would say it.
Okay. So here is what I heard on the first one is caught.
Mm-hmm.
When you were saying it, instead of hearing cut with an I'm hearing caught, like I caught the ball, which is more of kind of caught, ah. So do these two for me. Cut, caught.
Cut, cut.
Okay, do that one again. Cut.
Now that one, are you pronouncing as a C-O-R-T? Cut. Is that?
Okay, so this one, this one right here is caught. So there's a caught. So you're dropping your jaw a little bit more on the caw, caught. This one you don't drop as much. Cut.
Cut.
Yeah.
So why do we need to drop the jaw? It's not a vocalic R. We just a cut. When you drop your jaw, it's like you are saying C-O-R-G-H-T.
So C-A-U-G-H-T is the same as this, caught.
You say cut.
Caught.
Then it's like you are saying C-O-R-G-H-T. Cut.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So A-U in this situation is just getting an ah sound. So the difference is making sure that we're getting all three of these vowels different. Ah, ah.
Mm-hmm.
Ah. So when I had you say cut, I was hearing more caught from you. So I want to make sure that sound sounds different than ah. Okay,
so how would it sound?
So
cut and caught.
Caught. So now you're saying it. So now do cut, cat.
Cat. The other one, cut.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So
It's really difficult because
the ball. Yeah. So, and I cut the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So say those two for me.
I cut the ball. I cut the ball.
Yeah, cut the ball. Good. Okay. So that's kind of the trick, is making sure that those sound different in the pronunciation, which they do. You just did a great job with that. All right. So again, sometimes we just have to make sure that has that, there's kind of that neutral sound, and then is a little bit wider and dropped in the way we pronounce it. Unfortunately, we can't control exactly how everybody's going to pronounce it.
Yes.
Because again, regional dialects, and accents kind of come into play and things like that. But you can see when someone says cat instead of cut, it's confusing, right?
Yes.
You're like, no,
people say I cut the bread. I cut the bread, or something like that.
Yeah. And so it stops you, and it makes you think, okay, is it cut or cut? What did they just say? So it makes you realize, okay, I better make sure that my pronunciation is as standard, and that's why I'm going over this. There's regional dialects, but what we're teaching is kind of the standard American English, which basically just means it's the most understood, by the majority of English speakers. So as long as you're getting the standard, learning the standard pronunciation, then other people are going to have a better time understanding you. Now, being able to understand other people, that's another trick. We have to really improve our listening skills just to kind of adapt to the different accents and dialects. But we can't control how everybody else speaks, but we can control how we speak. So that's the point of the program. That's what you're doing so great about. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Victor.
Yeah, thanks. The second one.
Oh, here. Go ahead, Victor.
The second one, people say, I will pronounce marry. I married yesterday. Some people say, I married yesterday. Marry. When did you get married? When did you get married? So that's And yeah.
So like, and like Merry Christmas.
Yeah, married.
Married. You know what? They are basically the same.
Yes, because I would say I married 10 years ago. Somebody will say I married. So that I don't know when we should
I married Mary, like her name's Mary. Same sound. Married and Mary. They're the same. So you don't have to worry about making those different because they are the same.
But the issue is that when I like using the dragon dictation. So when I say Mary, married 3 years ago, it might say Mary, M-A-R-Y. So that's
okay. So that in that situation, just make sure that you're getting the ending sounds. I married, I'm married. I was married 6 years ago or whatever it is, because it's that ending sound that they're not getting, that the dragon dictation's not getting, and so they're translating it to this. Okay, so it's more about the ending.
If we say M-E-R-R-I-E-D, married.
Mm-hmm.
Like married.
Yeah.
I married a lot yesterday.
Yes.
Then you want to do it in dragon dictation. It might give you a different thing altogether.
Yeah, and you just have to get that. Yeah, in that situation, it's just getting the ending sound so it's nice and clear in that. But like we say, it's about moving your mouth more when you're doing dragon dictation. Moving your mouth, getting ending sounds, and and just being as precise as possible in those mouth placements, because that's that's what they're looking for. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Victor.
Thank you.
All right. Good. Okay. Let me just go ahead. Oh, Osvaldo is asking. The name of my husband is Dan. So Dan Rudin. Okay, let me go ahead and Rania, let's go ahead and talk about some of your questions here. Rania, you there?
Hi, Annie. How are you?
Good. Good to see you again.
Me too.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so Rania, there's a few words you have here. Humidity, and I love getting these words because sometimes there's some commonalities, between the groups of words that you're asking about, so we can kind of pick it apart. All right. Humanity, humidity. So those have very similar sounds to it. So hue. So this goes into that invisible Y rule, which if you don't remember or you haven't gotten there yet, invisible Y is when you have the letter U and you have a consonant before it. A lot of times what happens is you have a yeah sound that kind of gets you into that. So instead of humanity or humanity or something like that, you do hue. So it's almost like you do hue. So humanity, humanity. And then we also have that, again, that tap T thing. You can say humanity, that's just fine, but a lot of native speakers are going to change that T to a D pronunciation because of the vowels that surround it. So that's that tap T rule. When a T is surrounded by vowels, a lot of times native speakers use a D. Okay? Yeah. So say that first one for me.
Humanity.
Yeah, perfect. Yep, okay. Humanity. Okay? And then the difference here, humidity. Okay, so it's just that, and so manity and idity. So humidity.
Humidity. Humidity. Okay.
Yeah. So the humidity is strong today, or there's high humidity today. So go ahead and put those two in a sentence for me, so I can kind of hear them. It doesn't have to be the same sentence, but.
Okay. Now I know the difference between humidity and humanity and humanity.
Yeah, okay, humidity. Oh, sorry, I didn't put the M in there. humidity. Excuse me. Okay, so the trick for you is getting that ah sound in there. Humanity, because as you were saying that, I could see, okay, I understand why she's kind of getting those two confused a little bit. If you're getting that man, and getting that ah sound in there, it'll make it sound different than the humid. Okay, so do that again. I like the way you put that sentence together. Go ahead and do that one again.
Okay. Now I know the difference between humanity and humidity.
Good. So man and mid. Man, mid.
And mid.
So say
man
those two.
And mid.
Yeah, and get mid. Mid.
Mid.
Mid. Like I'm in the middle, mid.
Mid. Yeah. Middle, mid.
Okay. So that's the trick here. I like being able to. So we want metal and middle to sound different. Say those two for me. Metal, middle.
Middle.
Okay, so mid.
Mid. Middle and middle. Okay.
Good. So when you're doing humidity, we want it to make sure it's not humidity, but mid. Do you hear when I'm kind of contrasting those? Are you hearing the difference?
Yeah.
Humidity. Yeah.
Humidity.
Good.
Yeah.
And humidity is going to be but mid is where you're going to get that.
Humidity.
Good.
Humidity.
Perfect. Yep. So it's just the difference between those two vowels right here is what's going to make that difference. Okay?
Yes.
Okay. So Adam is going to be like this. Adam. So it's the same pronunciation as like the name Adam.
Adam. Okay, yes.
Yeah. So it's
Adam.
the same pronunciation. Adam and Adam. You know. Atomic. Now if you go into like atomic is going to be more of that T sound, atomic, because so here's something with that tap T rule that happens. A lot of times when it's the stressed syllable, when that T is part of the stressed syllable of the word, you know, in word stress we talk about that each word has a syllable that's stressed more than the others. So in this one, Adam, is the stressed syllable. But in atomic, ta is the stressed syllable. So it's actually going to get more of that T pronunciation. So we're not going to reduce that T to a D. So that happens, you know, sometimes I'll be like, students will be like, well, but it's surrounded by vowels. It's like, yeah, but the extra rule on top of that is if it's a stressed syllable, then we're going to get that T. All right? And then retention, same thing here, surrounded by vowels, but it's the stressed syllable. So, retention. So say that one for me.
Retention.
Good, perfect, retention.
Yeah, my confusion was T is surrounded by vowel. I would say retention or retention.
Yeah, so that's that situation where because that's the stressed syllable in the word, we're going to get that T in there. Because if we don't, sometimes it can sound like redemption. You know, there's another word in there.
Okay.
Redemption.
Redemption.
If we change that T to a D, it's going to sound like more like redemption. And that's not what we're getting at. So retention. Good. Okay, so read through those words for me.
Redemption, retention, Adam, humidity, humanity.
Yeah, good. Humanity, humidity. Perfect. Very nice. Okay, good questions. And then let's see. Horizontal. Let's see.
Yeah.
Horizontal. Sometimes, because there's a lot of exceptions to the rules, sometimes I'll have to like look at it and be like, okay, where do we fall on the rules versus the exceptions on these words? So horizontal, or, so I do, because it has the full O sound, or, horizontal is kind of how this, horizontal.
But I heard it today, it's horizontal. I don't know it's correct or not
Horizontal?
from native
So that
speaker.
T gets swallowed? Is that what you mean? Horizontal?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is actually, and I'm trying to remember exactly where in the program where I've kind of plugged this in. It might be more in the alumni, common reductions in the alumni course. But
Yeah.
let me remember the rule. There's situations where the T gets swallowed up. Sometimes native speakers will swallow up, kind of, I say swallow, but kind of reduce that T sound. Internet is an example. In internet instead of internet.
International.
International, yeah. Horizontal is a good one too. Horizontal, yeah, where that T kind of gets swallowed up. And I think it has to do, I'm trying to remember, with the NT combination. Okay, so it's when you have that NT combination in there, and it's been a little while since I've reviewed the exact rule on this one, but you can go either way. And I actually encourage my students to do the T sound, and unless it's just really comfortable for you to not do it, go ahead and do horizontal, and kind of get that T sound in it, just for clarity purposes, because a lot of native speakers will drop it, but it's not, for them, being understood is not kind of what they're struggling with. Okay. Yeah, it's not crucial for them. But if it's a second language for you and you're needing to kind of, crisp up the pronunciation and make sure everything's really clear and easy for your listener, then I say, don't reduce that at this point. Maybe later on, as you get more and more, comfortable with all of the pronunciation rules and everything, then you can start dropping it. But I'd say keep the T in there for now.
Okay.
All right.
Vertical, yes. One more question. Vertical. I tried to listen to Google Translate. I don't know. It's vertical or vertical.
Yeah.
I know. It's a swallowed
okay,
T.
Yeah. So here's what's happening. Vertical is going to be a D. That's that tap T rule, because here what we have here is a vocalic R. And so when a T is surrounded by vowels, then we change it to a D. Vocalic R's are included in that. So if we have ER, OR, AR, IR, any of those, they're kind of considered a vowel in this situation.
Vertical. Okay.
Mm-hmm. So it does get that D pronunciation. Good.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay. Thank you. Good questions, Rania.
Thank you.
Okay. Yassine. Okay. How do you pronounce Massachusetts? I like that one. Yeah, these different areas, and I actually am going to let me get another sheet going here. Just a second. Let me get. Oh. Okay, so let me go ahead and Yassine. I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Yassine, are you there? Yassine? I'm going to keep your mic unmuted while I go through this in case we're able to get connected there. Sometimes it's just a matter of, so I have your mic unmuted. So if at any point you're kind of able to fiddle with the mic and get get it working for you, then I can kind of talk to you live. But in the meantime, let me just kind of go through this. So Massachusetts. So what's interesting about names of places, so this is Boston, Massachusetts, is a city in the U.S. What's interesting about names of states and cities and things like that is that a lot of times they don't follow exactly the pronunciation rules. It's more a matter of hearing somebody who, you know, is maybe native to that area to kind of get the real idea. One example here is that we used to live in Oregon, and anybody who, so Oregon is a state in the northwest part of the United States, and everybody says Oregon, gun, okay, Oregon. They're in the West Coast. If you talk to anybody in the East Coast, they always pronounce it Oregon because that's how it's spelled, so that's how they're going to think it's pronounced. And so there's just a little bit of a difference in the pronunciation depending on if you're native to that area. So the correct way is the way the natives say it is really kind of the rule that I come by. So Massachusetts, Massachusetts, okay, Massachusetts. Now there is a little bit of a regional dialect there, so there might be a little bit of a different pronunciation for natives, but as far as standard pronunciation, what you're going to hear on the news when they're talking about Massachusetts, it's going to be this: Massachusetts, Massachusetts. Chew, third syllable stress on this, Chusets. All right. Oh, darn, I'm sorry that the microphone doesn't seem to be working exactly, but I'll keep you unmuted for a while just to make sure that, in case you're able to get that working, is seen. Okay, let's see, Hassan, let me unmute you. Hi, Hassan.
Hi, and I'm happy to hear from you.
Yeah, glad to hear you too.
Thank you.
All right, so you had a couple of questions about clothes and clothes. Clothes. Okay, so here's a fun one about this one. Yeah, go ahead. What?
I'm sorry, the second clause has E.
Oh,
yes. Yeah.
Clothes and clothes. Clothes. Okay, so what's going to happen with this one? I'm going to go ahead and tell you to say the same word. Okay? Because it is almost undetectable.
Yep.
When you hear a native speaker, they're going to say it the same. Okay, close the door and I'm going to get my clothes on. Okay?
Oh.
It's pretty much undetectable. Okay, so in connected speech. Now if I'm going to slow it down, I'll be able to get that TH in there, but in connected speech, you're not going to hear any difference. So I'd say go ahead and pronounce clothes. You know, if I'm going to slow it down and go clothes, I'm going to get that voice TH sound in there. In connected speech, you're not going to hear that. So go ahead and say clothes.
Clothes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what a native speaker is going to say easily.
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those that makes it easier. Like, just say it the same.
Clothes.
Yeah, clothes. Exactly. Good.
All right. Thank you so much, Anne.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let me know if you have any other questions, but you can put them down there. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Akash, let's go ahead with your question here. Uh-oh, we might have gotten disconnected. Okay. Let's see. It looks like, well, I'll go ahead and answer this question because it's interesting. So Akash says, okay, I get really confused how to pronounce the word when there are more than one syllable joined together. For example, Pharaoh. Let me see if I can even actually copy and paste this. Okay, that worked. Pharaoh and cruel. Cruel. Okay, so Pharaoh does have two syllables to it, I'm actually going to change fair, air, fair, has kind of pharaoh. We're going to keep that other O in there. Pharaoh. And the way I kind of write those O-W. So pharaoh. Okay, so he's kind of putting two more syllables into it. So when there's more than one syllable, pharaoh. And that's the trick, is being able to break apart the syllables. So when there's more than one syllable, what we're working on with syllables, here's the rule with syllables, is that there needs to be one vowel sound per syllable. Not vowel letters, that's where it gets tricky, vowel sound. So when we're breaking apart words, it's going to be into what sounds are in there. So pharaoh, pharaoh. So fair has one vowel sound, air is considered one sound, and then pharaoh, one vowel sound. Cruel technically has one vowel sound, so it's only one syllable. Cruel, ul, that oo sound is just one vowel sound. Cruel, cruel. Now, cruel is an interesting one because it ul. You have to go from that oo to the, actually more of the dark L, ul. It's kind of like world, has kind of that drop in the ul sound. Cruel, world, kind of has this. Does anybody want to try this? Since Akash got disconnected, does anybody want to try saying these? Okay, Elvira, you're there?
Yes.
Okay, so try and I want you to say some of these. So cruel and world.
Cruel, world.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So you're getting that R sound with the dropped, that dark L sound. So cruel, world. Do this first one for me too.
Pharaoh.
Pharaoh. Yep. Yep.
World.
Yep. You got it. Perfect. Good. Okay, thanks for volunteering there. Okay. All right, we'll move on from there. Okay, I'm sorry, Pranay, are you there?
Yeah, it's Pranay.
Pranay, okay, good. All right, good. Okay, so you are wondering about morning,
Yeah.
like good morning, and
Morning.
see, mourning, like I'm mourning the loss of a family member. Okay, these are exactly the same. Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll go ahead and do that. Morning and morning, yeah, same exact pronunciation. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So it's morning.
So say it again.
Morning.
Yep. Yeah. So say
Morning.
it and yeah, do it in a sentence for me. Both of those.
Hi. Good morning. And I have a morning of someone in my family.
Yep. I'm mourning someone in my family. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So perfect pronunciation. Good. Are you in? You said from India. Are you in India right now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. And what has been your exposure to kind of the American pronunciation while in India? Do you work for a company with an American, American company or something?
Yeah, I work for an American company, and that's the reason I'm just trying to learn how to speak in American accent.
Okay, good. Okay, so one thing I'm going to say real quick. In the bonus lessons, there's a V and a W difference there. Bonus lesson. Go ahead and review that one so we make sure we get the W and the V different.
W.
W. So get that rounded lips. W, when.
W.
When. So do that again. When.
When?
Okay, so what I'm hearing is you're getting that sound in there, and we need it to be w. So no teeth involved. Okay, so
Okay.
no teeth there. So do w.
When?
When, yeah.
When?
Say where.
Where?
What.
What?
Why.
Why?
Yeah. So do those quickly. When, where, what, why.
When, where, what, why.
Good. Okay, so there's going to be a worksheet there with the W's, and I want you to work on those, okay?
Okay.
Because I think that you have one thing, as I just heard you for a second, but those R's are sounding really good. You're getting a lot of those, the vowels, and you're sounding really clear. So there might just be a few of these little things like the W that you want to concentrate on. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Perfect. Good job. Okay, here we go. Okay, a lot of specific words here today, so hopefully this is all helpful to all of you too. So Sunny, hi Sunny.
Hi.
Hello. Okay,
Hi.
so you're learning about, so is this a name, Janie?
Yeah, it's not Jenny, Jenny, right?
So there's
Janie.
Janie and there's Jenny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's going to be two different pronunciations there. Janie is going to have
Jenny.
ni. Jenny is going to have Jenny. So versus a. So Janie, Jenny. Can you do that?
Janie, Jenny.
Good. Yeah, that's a good one to kind of get names of people. Make sure that you're getting the right pronunciation of people that you interact with frequently. People like to hear their name correct, right? That's why it kills me when I have a hard time pronouncing some of my students.
So Annie, is the EY and the NY pronounced the same?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the only difference here is going to be in those vowels.
Okay, got it.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Okay. Pranay, sorry. I already forgot. Pranay, let me unmute you again. Oh, where are you? Pranay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, so I have a word up here that you wrote, but I'm not sure what it is. Burgered? So what's...
Yeah, actually this is one of my client's address. And I found this and that, and it was written ST after that.
Oh, street. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very strange pronunciation or strange spelling of a word. But if I were to guess, again, it's a name of something, so it could be different. But I would say Burgered Street.
Burgered Street.
Burgered Street. Burgered. The other option is Bogard Street, but you're missing some, it's just the vowels are kind of switched around or not there. Borgard. I don't know. You got me stumped there.
Actually, I just copied this from the client's address, and that's the reason I was not able to speak it. So I asked for it.
Yeah, it's not spelled in a typical way that like English is spelled.
Okay.
Like there needs to be a vowel in there somewhere, and there needs to be fewer vowels here. Maybe it was a misspelling because one of these vowels needs to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because typically you don't have 3 vowels in a row, and typically you don't have 3 consonants in a row.
Yeah. So might be something has changed in the spelling.
It might be in the spelling, yeah, the way they wrote it. All
Okay.
right. Okay, so wait, you have, let's see, you have some other ones. So Laurel, Bowie. So here's,
Yeah.
I have a sister named Laurel. So, this is how most people, so Laurel, Laurel is typically what that first name is going to be, and then Bowie. Okay,
Boy.
Laurel, Bowie. So say that for me.
Laurel, boy.
So get the bow. Let's do this. Bowie.
Bowie.
Good.
Laurel, Bowie.
And get that W in there. Again, that W, right? Laurel,
Yeah.
Bowie.
Laurel, Bowie.
Good. Yep. Exactly. And then let's see. Was that all of the words? Yeah. Laurel, Bowie. Good.
Laurel, Bowie.
Now there's a lot of Laurel is another one. So Laurel or Laurel, and it depends on how she wants it to be pronounced, because there's a little bit of interpretation. So I'll show you the other way that's Laurel and Laurel. Okay, so it can be the or the R. And I've heard, I've had two. My sister actually says Laurel, but I've heard Laurel as well. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Good. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Hassan. Let's go ahead and unmute you.
Oh, thank you.
Hassan.
Hi, Anne. I'm back again.
Okay, yeah, no, it's good. I'm glad that we're getting some questions, good questions here. Okay, so Anne and Anne. Okay, so in just, so you're wondering what's the difference between Anne, so this is typically a name, Anne, and then there's Anne, like, I'd like an apple.
An apple, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so those two are pronounced exactly the same if you're just pronouncing the single word. So this is not going to change. It's always just Anne. Okay? Anne. In connected speech, I'd like an apple. Like an apple. You know, sometimes it takes on a different form, but the exact pronunciation is Anne, is the same as the name. Okay? So, but if I'm saying I'd like an apple, I'd like an apple. So the proper way is I'd like an apple, an apple, an apple. In connected speech, if you're going to hear it from a native speaker, it almost becomes I'd like an apple, I'd like an apple, I'd like an apple, I'd like an apple. It kind of becomes this, where it's just the N.
Yeah.
I'd like an apple. Okay?
Yep.
So that's kind of the difference there. All right. Good question, Hassan.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, Toyin is wondering about the cut, caught, that combination. So Toyin, I have you unmuted, but it looks like your microphone might not be fully connected right now. Oh, it's might be connected now. Toyin, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, good, good. Okay, so how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Okay, so let me jump over to this other page. I'm glad I didn't erase any of this. Okay, so let's go through some of these. You're wondering about cut, caught, court, caught, and cat. So the only one we don't have from your list is court. So like a basketball court or something like that. Okay, great questions, because the other one we're going to have So these are the vowels we're kind of working with, is the ah, the and the or sounds. Yeah, that has all of it. Okay, so go ahead and say these for me, and let me kind of get a feel for where there might be some. So cut, cat, caught, and court. Okay, go ahead.
So the first one I would say is cut, like I cut the meat.
Okay, and then what would this be?
I don't know if I pronounced it right. If I say the C-U-T and I cut the meat, is that the correct pronunciation? Cut.
So actually, what I'm hearing is more caught. These ones. When you're saying cut the meat, I'm hearing caught. I caught the meat. So what we need to make sure is to get that sound. So the difference and ah. So do this for me. Ah. Okay, so those sound the same to me when I'm hearing them, so we need to make sure that we get this sound, the first sound. So it's almost like someone kind of hits you in the stomach and it's Yeah, do it again. There it is. Okay? So now do up.
Up.
Okay, so that is the sound. Okay? So up, cut.
Up, cut.
There you go. Up, cut. Do that again.
Up, cut.
Yeah. Okay, so then do up. So then up, cut, caught.
Up, cut, cut.
Okay, so then we're going to do caught, and we're going to drop that ah. So hot, caught.
Hot, caught.
Hot, caught.
Hot, caught.
There you go. Up, cut.
Up, cut.
Hot, caught.
Hot, cut.
Okay, drop that jaw a little bit more. Hot, caught.
Hot, cut.
There you go. And then do up, cut.
Up, cut.
Good. Okay, then do cut, caught.
Cut. Cut. So
and then
sweet.
drop the jaw. So it's the only difference is just dropping the jaw. So cut, caught.
Cut, cut. Okay. Okay.
So do hot, caught.
Hot, cut. Okay.
Drop that again. So you're kind of pulling the jaw up a little bit more for this one. So hot, caught. Same exact vowel. Hot, caught.
Hot, cut.
Caw.
Caught.
There you go. Hot, caught.
Hot, cut.
Caw.
Car.
There you go, because you're wanting to go up to the cut instead of keeping the jaw, dropped, for that one. Okay? So caught.
Caught.
There you go. Caught. So do I caught the ball.
I caught the ball.
Good. Do it again.
I caught the ball.
Yep. Good. So then let's do I cut the ball.
I cut the ball.
So it's your jaw comes up a little bit. So cut, caught. Cut, caught. So do that for me. Cut, caught. Cut, caught.
Cut, caught. Cut, cut, cut.
There you go. You're getting it. Good. So that's kind of that drill is we have to contrast those so that we make sure that we're getting those vowels different in that. So cut, caught. And I always think of it as cut is up a little bit and caught is down. So I think cut, caught. Cut, caught.
Okay. Cut, cut. Cut, cut.
Yep. Cut and caught. And the more you can contrast those, And the more you can kind of make those like drastically different, you know, as different as possible, the further apart they're going to get in the pronunciation, and the easier it will be to distinguish between the two. Okay?
Okay.
So then do cat for me.
Cat.
Yeah, cat. So that has
Cat.
more of that wider ah sound. And
Okay.
then court.
Court.
Okay. So court, let's do court and cot.
Court. Cot.
There you go. Good. Yeah. So if we're having like court, let's just spell it like that. Court and cut. Court, cut. I mean, it's the K, but we're spelling it with C. Court, cut.
Court. Cut.
And the trick is just making sure that R comes back enough so it sounds, so it's a clear R instead of colt.
Okay.
You know, we don't want colt, we want core, court, and then cut. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So kind of play around with, because you can do like and in the what week of the program are you in right now, Toyin?
Week 3.
Okay. So when you get to weeks 5, 6, and 7, we go through all of the vowels very specifically, and when we go over the short vowels, I have a lot of specific work on these specific vowels, because it is something that is tricky for a lot of my students. So we've done more listening quizzes and more kind of activities along with these vowels. So there's a lot of material there to practice.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're welcome.
You're doing a very great job with this. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that feedback. All right. Have a good day. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay, so Osvaldo had some input. Osvaldo, I'm going to have Osvaldo has some input on the address from Pranay. I think it was Pranay that had that. So Osvaldo, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so that's it. Yes, I can. So let me go over to our blank worksheet here with. So you had some insight onto how to pronounce this one, right?
Yes. The closer I know, that is French.
Yes, yeah.
I really like that one.
Okay, so Osvaldo is saying that you might have just missed an A or a couple of vowels, I guess. So pronounce that for me.
Oh, you're putting me into troubles.
Well, what would you say? If it's a French word, then the French pronunciation is probably going to be the correct way, but...
Yep, I am not an expert in French pronunciation, but it's like a Beauregard.
Beauregard?
Beauregard.
Okay, Beauregard. So similar to like Beauregard. That's our best guess. Okay, good.
A name of a person that is in many streets.
Yes, yeah, and that's why.
That one.
I think that's what
I'm not sure, but sound familiar.
Okay, good. All right, thanks, Osvaldo. Okay, Sammy, let's go ahead. This looks like it might be our last question here. Sammy, you there? Oh, it looks like your microphone's not quite connected. I'll leave it. There you go. You might be connected now. Sammy, you there?
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hi.
All right.
Hello.
How are you, Sammy? All right. So, Sammy, you had questions with the V and the F sound. Okay, so let's go ahead. Yeah. I'm trying to think. The V and the F. So I'm just going to contrast a few words here. Van and fan, vice and, well, vacation, family. We'll just kind of do that. Okay, so say these words for me. Van and fan.
Van and fan.
Okay, do vacation.
vacation.
And then the next word?
The next word is which one?
Oh, okay. So are you able to see the?
No, don't able to see. I'm not able to see this.
Okay, so how about family?
Family.
Family. Okay.
Family.
Okay, so what do you find harder, the V or the F?
I found the V more harder.
Okay. So the V and the F are what we call pairs, where the mouth is in the exact same position. The only difference is the voice is either on for the V sound or off for the F sound. So say this for me. I went on a family vacation.
I went on the family vacation.
Okay. All right. I went on so do that one more time.
I went on the family vacation.
So I'm hearing you say it correct, very correct. Sounds really good. I think it's more a matter of making sure it's automatic for you now, because you're probably really focused on it.
Yeah,
so
I'm focused on it. Just practice a little bit 1 week.
Yeah. So
before that, I didn't have that sound.
Oh, good. Okay, so you've been able to kind of train that. So what you want to do is have you found the F and the V lesson on the bonus lessons in the website?
Yeah, I found that one. Yeah, on the bonus.
Perfect. So just go through those worksheets, and you're to the point now that whatever you read, it doesn't necessarily have to be the worksheet that you're reading through, but as you're reading out loud, whatever you're reading, as you come across those F and V sounds, just make sure that you're doing, you're kind of focused on that, because when you're focused on it, you're getting it correct. So it's just a matter of that repetition. The more you read out loud and kind of get your mouth in position for those two different sounds, and and kind of focus on that, the more it will carry over into just conversational speech.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good. Good. I'm glad you've already kind of discovered and fixed that on your own. Good job.
Yeah, just because we before we have W, I always said W for the V sound.
Yes. Okay, that's another one. Yeah, W and V in the bonus lessons.
Yeah.
Make sure we're getting that.
Yeah. So I said W correct, but I changed the V to W, and when I speak normally.
Oh, okay. So now you're kind of getting more, the V and the W confused. Yeah, when you're reading out loud, and like if you're reading something that you can underline, kind of make sure you circle or underline some of those V's, the W's, the F, all those different what we call problem sounds. And the more that you're aware of those and practice them out loud correctly on a consistent basis, the more it will become habit for you to do it the correct way.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Great job, Sammy. You're doing everything exactly right.
Okay, thanks. Thanks so much. Okay.
All right. Okay, Tanya, let's see. Let me make sure that. Oh, Tanya, I did miss yours. All right, Tanya. Let me unmute you. Tanya, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Good. I'm glad you brought my attention to that, because you're right. I did miss your question. So, Tanya, you're asking about the correct pronunciation of auto. A-U-T-O.
Yes,
auto. So this is one of our wonderful tap T rule things. So do. Auto. So the T becomes a D pronunciation because it's surrounded by vowels. Auto.
Auto.
So get that
right?
do. So we have the short O and the long O. Yeah, do it again.
Auto.
So go ahead and put it in a sentence for me. So
I don't know.
Yeah, so auto, because I'm thinking as I'm thinking through a sentence, I'm thinking automatic or automobile or some of these longer forms. auto, a sentence that would have auto, I'm going to auto-correct, you know, it's going to auto-correct me. Like my computer's on auto-correct. That's a very...
Autocorrect.
Yeah. So do it again.
Autocorrect.
Yeah, that's it.
Autocorrect.
Yep.
Is that correct?
That's
okay,
correct.
How do you say automatic?
Yeah. So automatic has that same D sound. So automatic. Oops. Automatic. Sometimes I write so often in my Rudin phonetics that I forget how to spell other things like the right way. So automatic. Yeah, you're getting it. Automatic.
Automatic.
Yeah, and sometimes this O will be reduced automatic to more of like an automatic.
Automatic. Automatic.
Yeah, it's automatic for me. Automatic.
Automatic.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
And yeah, and like automation, same thing. Automation, automatic. Automobile is going to have that same automobile.
Automobile.
Am I spelling that right?
Automobile.
I can't even.
Automobile.
Auto. Yeah, so just make sure that first one is auto.
And if this sound is something like between and O, is that correct? And it's
so it's so I'm gonna say, so instead of O, we're gonna do just like hot, hot, automatic, hot, automatic.
Auto and automatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, good. Okay. Okay. We are down to the end of our list here, and we're a bit over time, so about the right timing here. So thank you so much for coming today. Let me go ahead and we didn't quite get into some of the other questions, but I would rather go over your specific questions than, here, let me, hold on. Let me just kind of wrap it up with, oops. Okay, so hopefully you guys are seeing this. Okay, so I just want to make sure that you all know that you can contact me at any time if you have questions. There's the comment sections on the individual lessons that I'm always looking and answering questions on the website. So as you're going through a lesson, you're like, I just don't understand this, or this reminds me of a word that I'm having a hard time with, or a concept. Go ahead and write those into the comment section and I can reply there. And we're going to be working on more ways to kind of get your questions answered and get more interaction on the website. That's part of this new phase that we're working on. So I am so glad that you were able to make it today and that we were able to go over some specific words that were challenging to you. Do know that as you go through the course, like weeks 5 through 7 specifically are going to be about vowels. You're going to get a lot of practice with those vowels. Week 4 we're going to get really into the R's. And so there's a lot of material through the course that you'll be able to learn step by step. But I really love to see you guys here and asking questions in the webinars, because it is only going to make you progress that much faster. So the more you kind of dive in and get involved and soak up the material, and especially the more you kind of keep a consistent practice schedule, reading out loud, doing the lessons, and going over the worksheets, the more you're going to progress. Okay? It doesn't take a huge effort. It's not 2 hours a day, but just at least 20 to 30 minutes a day of reading out loud, practicing out loud, watching the videos is going to make a huge difference over the course of the months that you're in the program. All right, so keep up the good work. You're doing a great job. I'm loving all of the feedback. If you have input for how we can improve the program and what would be helpful in just giving you more support and more help, let us know, because we're constantly working on just making it better for you and getting your questions answered and getting what you need. So thank you so much for all the prayers and the congratulations and the everything. We love it, and it just inspires us, encourages us to keep providing you with the training that you need. All right, thank you so much for being here today. Hope to see you again at our next webinar in a couple weeks, and that is if the baby doesn't come before then, but we'll keep you updated on that. All right, thank you so much, and have a great day. Bye.